Hi guys, it's Alex here from Workshop 12. Today we're going to do a full unboxing, installation, and software walkthrough of the all-new Workshop 12 Tesla style display for your G37. This unit comes equipped with some hefty specs that include 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, as well as 6-core processor, 13.6-inch Full HD IPS display, and of course, the beautiful support of Workshop 12. Let's not waste any more time and jump right in. All right, guys, as soon as you lift the beautiful Workshop 12 display right out of the box, you can't help but notice all of the wiring. I don't want you to panic. We're here for you, and we're going to help you as best as we can. However, that being said, when it comes to the Infiniti G37, it is one of the most difficult vehicles we have worked on with our Brainiac plastics and whatnot. So the G37 has about 14 different variations of harnesses. For example, if your G37 has BOSE navigation and reverse camera, that's one. If it has camera but no BOSE and no navigation, that's another one. If it has navigation, reverse camera and BOSE, that's another, etc., etc., etc. So that being said, it is going to be a little confusing and a little overwhelming when you see all the wires. But I don't want you to panic. I don't want you to stress. What I do want you to do is, once you purchase our kit, schedule your one-on-one video call with us. That way we can guide you and walk you through. I hate bees, so if this bee is around here, I'm gonna panic. Okay, anywho, I have my eyes on this bee. I apologize. So what I do want you to do is schedule your one-on-one video call with me or one of my team members, and we'll be more than happy to walk you through everything and set it up. So what do I mean by confusing harnesses? Well, let's jump in. You're going to notice that in the box, you have tons of different harnesses that come with the unit. And all of these harnesses are going to be dependent on what your vehicle is equipped with. For example, this one here is one harness. Then this one here is another harness, and this is another harness. And then, of course, you have your main stereo plug with a different harness as well. Which you will always be plugging in this one here, which is all the colors for the speakers. However, if you do have one variant of the G37, you're going to need to also connect this one here, which is for all of the speakers. So you have here your main stereo harness with your CAN bus reader, okay? And this other end does not connect to anything else, okay? It just stays like that. Then you have your main harness that connects to the back of our unit. You have the main plug that would connect into your vehicle, and then the rest of these plugs would connect in behind the dash there, which of course we're gonna get to talk about all of these once we jump inside the car. Then you have your FM antenna connector as well. Then you have a few harnesses for your reverse camera. Depending, of course, on what the variant of vehicle you have, there's going to be different harnesses that you may need for your reverse camera. Even in some cases, for example, in this particular vehicle, we actually had to relocate the power wire that is on this unit, relocate it to just literally another slot. And rest assured, guys, in your kit, you will be getting a little depinning tool, which will make life a lot easier when you are removing that red wire if need be. Here, you're going to also have your RCAs. Now, this is mainly for your backup camera, okay? And then you also have like aux-in wires and stuff like that, video for extra video cameras. And then you also have this RCA plugs here. This harness is mainly for your camera, so you don't need to worry too much about this one. However, these RCAs are probably my favorite ones because they have your subwoofer output, your aftermarket amplifier power, wire for your amp turn on, and then you also have for different speaker wires if need be, for those that have a more sophisticated stereo. Then you also have your Wi-Fi antenna, you have your GPS antenna, and your LTE antenna. Okay, and these antennas can be just simply tucked behind the dash, and don't worry about it. Just put it back there. You'll receive good signal. Make life easy. Okay. Then you also have your SIM card tray here. Okay, this SIM card tray is used for any of those people that would like to have onboard internet. You would just get your service provider to get a data plan, and then you would be able to connect that. And then you also have your USB ports. One of them will be occupied to use for the data transfer for the screen, whatnot. So the other one can be just placed in your glove box, so you can use USB stick for music, a hard drive, whatever other connections you would like. Okay, well, I think we got through the boring stuff. Let's jump into the car. We are going to be installing the Workshop 12 screen in a 2013 G37. Now, this particular model is a convertible, and it also comes with the BOSE amplifier of reverse camera and navigation. And it's a convertible, so it's a little bit rare. So let's not waste any time and jump right in. All right, guys, first and foremost, my apologies because it is crazy hot outside today and I'm sweaty like crazy, and it is windy, so if my cameras are shaking a little bit, my apologies. I will try to stabilize it using software. However, the tools you're going to need for this installation is quite simple. I'm using a little power drill. This drill is extremely weak and old and abused. However, I don't recommend you guys using a power drill because you could break certain plastic, especially if your vehicle is a little older. As well as you'll need a Phillips, this little hex bit here, don't know what this is called, and you'll also need the included panel removal tools that you get, and as well as a little tiny flathead to make the vents, removing the vents, way easier. The first thing you're going to want to do is remove your shifter knob. Put that to the side here. Then the other thing is simply just grab from the little leather here and proceed to just lift up gently. Okay, and you're gonna notice that there is a plug here. I can't really get the camera to see that. Well, maybe you'll see that there's a plug right here. You're just gonna unclip it. Okay, and then you're gonna just set this thing to the side here. You don't need to fully remove it. Now you're gonna grab your drill. You're gonna remove these four screws on here. There's actually 6 screws. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So go ahead and just remove the 2 first, the first ones you see here. So we will remove them. Now you can gently just pop this right off. You're gonna notice that there are 1, 2, 3 plugs, as well as one that's a little hidden that's connected onto this harness. You're gonna go ahead and unplug all of these connections. Okay, now that you remove this, just set this to the side. And now we're gonna proceed to remove this screw, and the 2 that are in here. Now you will actually remove these 2 as well up here. Okay, and now gently just grab this and set it to the side. We will get to removing these vents. They are a pain. However, let's continue with the install. Now you're going to remove these 2 screws, 1 and 1 here. And now you're going to simply just pop this off here, the screen first. And you're going to notice that there are just two plugs, 1 and 2. Okay, and then this you're going to set to the side. Okay, now you're going to gently pop this off. Okay, and you're going to notice that there are a bunch of connections. So the only thing you really need to care about is don't touch the white box plugs. Any connections that are in this white box, don't touch it. This white box is your climate control. Nothing really is going to happen if you touch it, but you can get confusing with all of the plugs that are back there. So I recommend to just leave it. So what you're going to do is you're going to change your bit to the little hex one, and you're going to just remove these two black screws, one on this side and the other one is on this side, and you will proceed to remove those screws. Once you remove those screws, simply slide this box out, and that way you know that you don't have to worry about it. Okay, and now go ahead and start unplugging the connections. Now that you have removed your CD player and main stereo, we're gonna set that in the garbage. On the side. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of clean up these wiring real quick. The first thing you're gonna wanna just simply do is grab this white box here. I like to tuck it back here as it can just stay nice and secured. Then the next thing you're gonna do is basically grab all of your harnesses that come with the kit and start kind of plugging some things in. So the main plug that we are going to need in this vehicle is going to be the one that connects to the back of the unit. So this one here, we're first going to connect. Again, in this particular vehicle, it's a 2013 with navigation convertible G37, 2013 with navigation, BOSE, and reverse camera. So what we're gonna do is we'll first connect the FM antenna. This little one connects right in here, okay? This plug here, and where's the other one? This one here and this black one are all gonna connect behind the unit, okay? And now you notice that there's a little extension here, okay? This little wire here is what's gonna connect the other harness. Okay, don't pay attention to these labels, okay? These labels here say from 2009 before. That's not true, because this is a 2013, and we're using this cable because this is the one that works. However, before you fully tuck everything in, you're gonna power on the stereo system, and you're gonna ensure that everything is working correctly, and if it is, fantastic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna simply connect this and leave this plug connected to this big one, okay? And then this side here will be connected to the adapter plug. And then this brown wire here that's labeled as back is what's gonna connect to the RCAs that has all of the camera and S-video inputs. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna notice that there's also a brown cable here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're basically going to go and grab the unit and connect everything. But actually, I lied. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my time now to basically wire in this into this glove box, hoping that this vehicle will be fairly easy to do that. And sometimes you get it right on the first try, other times you get it on your last. Okay, and then I will do the SIM card tray. Okay, so now I've wired in the one USB port and the SD card, the SIM card tray in the glove box. So we'll go ahead and close that. You're gonna grab your other female USB port and you're gonna connect it to this adapter here. And then this adapter will basically connect to this one here. This plug here that looks like this, the blue one with this little white ball around it. You're gonna grab this connector and you're gonna simply, bam, snap it right in there. And now you're going to proceed to tuck that back there somewhere. Then we will open up LTE antenna and the GPS antenna, and we are going to mount it somewhere. A couple of places you can put it. You can just remove this 3M tape here and you can just stick it right in here. It would be nice if you actually probably cleaned up that area first with a microfiber and maybe some hand sanitizer or something to just remove any oils, so the 3M tape there can really stick on. Okay, and then this one here, I'm just gonna stick right on top here. Now that is the LTE antenna, which I just stuck on top there. And then we have your GPS antenna, which is mounted there. And then now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna basically clean up all of this wiring here by just tucking it back there. So I'm just gonna grab this and basically, I know that I want like this much wire, so I'm just gonna wrap it. Okay, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna stick it back up there. There we go. And now we know that we have these connectors, which is what we need to connect to the back of the unit. That being said, guys, let's grab our fans and let's transfer them over to the new unit. You're gonna notice that on the side of the fans, you have these little tabs, okay? I already loosened them because, for the love of God, it is so difficult. And to be quite honest with you, in the past, I've already broken the fans. So I highly recommend you to take your time removing these, especially if your vehicle is a little older, because plastic is just going to be weak. So what I do is you can grab a little flathead or you can grab your panel removal tool and just gently remove these little discs. Don't know what else to give them names there. And then you're gonna do the same on this side. Okay, so once you guys remove the discs, just gently grab the trim on the outside here and just kind of gently push, and then you're gonna just pop it right off. Be very careful. As I mentioned to you guys, these fans are super delicate. So you're gonna go ahead and now grab your unit, and we're now gonna mount them back to the new unit. We're gonna line up these little plastic tabs, and we're gonna just line it up, make sure that they're both lined up on each side. And this is when you're gonna reuse these little discs. You're gonna grab these little discs and you just put them on one side, but basically it's just to kind of hold the plastic against the new kit so it can be held nice and secured. Okay, and now we're gonna do the other side. Okay, so once you guys have the fans mounted onto the new kit, keep in mind every vehicle is going to be a little bit different, so I can't emphasize this enough. Contact us, we'll go on video call, and we'll make sure that we get everything going for you. But you're going to have the depinning tool provided to you in the package, and you're going to simply just grab this, remove this wire, and now what you're going to do is you're going to match this red wire with the one of your vehicle. So we can see here that the red wire is on the top and it's the second hole. So we're gonna go here on the top and second hole, and then we're gonna just wire this in. So, and then you'll hear it just snap right into place. So no need to worry about any of that. Okay. Okay. What we're gonna do now, guys, is quite simple. It just grab your head unit, tuck everything, continue to tuck everything nice and organized at the back. Leave the wires that we need to plug in available for easy access. And we are going to basically just move those to the side. We're gonna grab our harness and we're just gonna tuck everything kind of back here. There are gonna be a few plugs that are not required to plug in. I don't want you to panic. Everything is still gonna work exactly the way you want. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the new kit and we're going to now start putting in, screwing in the Wi-Fi antenna. It's labeled as Wi-Fi. You're gonna simply just grab this and screw it right in here. Okay, this is your 4G antenna. The 4G antenna, we're just gonna screw it on right in here. Okay, and then we also have the GPS antenna, which we'll screw on right in here. You're gonna notice that the final plug you need to connect is going to be this one here, which is located behind the navigation, which connects to the RCA labeled as camera. The male RCA connects to the female RCA on the unit that's labeled as camera. And once you connect that and you have everything back in place, let's tuck everything in and let's verify to make sure everything is working before finalizing this installation. I like to tuck this in by starting off with the fans, the fan vents here, and just simply kind of tuck it into place here. And once you do that, you'll notice that it is aligned here, and then we'll just quickly snap this in, but just don't force anything in. You want to make sure that there are no pinched wires or anything like that, because then we'll have another problem on our hands. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna test everything. Well, to finish off the installation, I'm confident that everything is installed correctly because yours truly did the installation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put everything back. The beautiful part about this kit is that it's secured on at the bottom here with clips, and then there are no other screws that you need to put anywhere to secure this panel. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna plug in the wire here by the shifter, and now we're just gonna kind of align this to be here and snap this right in here. And there you have it. So now let's verify, make sure everything works. That sounds beautiful. Okay, so right off the bat, we can tell that the AC is working, and the way we would adjust everything would be like you got your fan speeds here. You have your fan directions here that you can adjust. So if we want it on face and feet, let's say, so we would just switch. So now it's on face, now it's on face and feet. And then what we'll do is you can also put dual zone to adjust the dual zone, or auto. Anywho, now the other thing we're going to check, we know that the climate is working perfectly. So the next thing we'll do is we are going to check and see if the reverse camera is connected. And we can see that the reverse camera is good. So that's fantastic. Now we are going to check for steering wheel controls. So the steering wheel controls for this vehicle, you're gonna have to program them, and it's super duper easy to program. Simply swipe up, go into the settings, you're gonna go into system, you're gonna go into wheel settings, and you're gonna make sure that you have low Z turned on. And then you can see that these here are the ones that we've programmed. And the beautiful part about it is, let's say we want to program the, let's say we're going to program the hang up button to be this little guy talking. So we'll click on the hang up button, and then we're just going to press and hold. And now you can see that it's highlighted blue. And then if we want to do, let's say, silent, we'll do the back button for silence. So what we'll do is we'll just click this button and press and hold this button. And once you see it blue, you now have programmed all of these buttons. So now we're going to go save, and let's take a look and see if it works. If we raise the volume, you can see the volume going up, going down. If we were to skip songs up and down, that would work. Hang up button. If I put the hang up button, it brings up our phone so we can dial whatever we want. Then if we put the back button that we programmed as mute, we can see that it's muted. And then the hang up button we put for the talk. But you know what? We're going to actually rotate that. So to rotate it again, we're going to go back into settings. We're going to go into we're already here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put hang up. We're going to put this button, and then we're going to put to answer. We're going to put the guy speaking, and now we're going to go save. And that's it, guys. That is super easy to program your steering wheel controls. We have the reverse camera engaging when you put it in reverse. If you want to have track lines, you can also add that and adjust that under our settings here. So you would go to setting guide under the settings page. Then you would go to systems, and then you would go to setting up guide, and you'll see here dynamic guidelines. And now when I put it in reverse, you're going to notice that we have the dynamic guidelines that also turn with the wheel. But of course, those dynamic guidelines are completely off. So you can easily adjust that by actually just going onto the dynamic, going into reverse, going to reverse settings, and then you'll be able to now change the reverse track line and change the angle, the offset, the draw offset, and all those settings to ensure that you have the perfect reverse track line. So we're going to take that off because our customer doesn't use it. And there you have it. Oh, and the beautiful part about it is that the original microphone from this vehicle is retained, so there's no need to run no external mics. Then the next thing is now we're going to jump right into the software walkthrough so I can show you how everything works. But yeah, the installation is fairly easy. It is plug and play. However, depending on the variant of your vehicle, you will need to do a little bit of troubleshooting when it comes to those wires. But rest assured, we're here for you guys. That is what you guys get when you shop with Workshop 12. You get the customer experience that you deserve. We will go online on a video call and guide you step by step to ensure absolutely perfection. That being said, as always, Alex is out, and stay tuned if you want to see the software walk. Peace. All right, guys. So, right off the bat, here we have the beautiful layout. So, you can change this layout into two different layouts. Number one would be changing it to the modern layout, which is this one. Sorry, the classic layout. Or you can change it to the modern layout, which is just a regular tablet type look. And this would be good for those that are more accustomed to just having your regular type of layout for tablets, where you can have widgets and have all your apps right on here. So that's something that you can also change. If we go back to the settings here, you're going to notice that you can change to day, night, or auto. Our customer does like having it in night mode here, so that's awesome. And he does like to have the classic style, so we're just going to leave that as is. Now, on your home UI here, you have your car auto, which I haven't connected my CarPlay on my phone, but I can actually demonstrate how that would work. So basically what you would do is you would just simply grab your cell phone, and then you would just pair new device, and then you would find the GT6 on your phone, and then you would just simply connect to it. If you don't find it on here, you can actually connect right onto the device. If you swipe down, you access, like just like a regular tablet, your notification bar here. If you press and hold on the Bluetooth, it will open up the Bluetooth, pair new device. You'll see my phone, Pixel 4 XL, because my phone broke, my good one. So now I'm just gonna go to pair, and you'll see that once it's paired, it will automatically connect to CarPlay, and it will automatically switch over. And there we go. So the cool so sorry, but you can see that you got your track info here, you got your maps, you also have all of the apps that you have here, which you'll be able to access. You can also even run split screen mode. If you want to run split screen, the way you'll do that is by basically pressing and holding that this button right here, and it will access, you can open up any other app. So if I were to do, let's say, the phone, it will now, sorry, if I were to, let's say, let's open up another app here. So what does, we have YouTube. So if we have YouTube, you'll notice that the CarPlay will automatically readjust to fit the new size display. And then we also have YouTube here, so you'll be able to watch YouTube videos at the same time, be able to navigate to your favorite spot. Now, that being said, if we were to clear our CarPlay and just clear all apps here, you'll be able to access the top here. So the top drawer here, sorry, so it came up again because it needed to readjust the layout from the small screen to the big screen here. So we so now it won't appear until you pop it back, until you press the button again. So the cool thing is with these buttons here, you can actually customize and change all of the settings to whatever you like. So if you want to use, like, for example, music, you can move that over here and make that music icon the second one, or you can switch it back and customize your most frequently apps up here. Then if you scroll up here, you have all of the apps that you have installed on it. You can see here that we even have Flippy Bird. Beautiful part about this unit is not just the hefty specs that comes with it, with the eight, well, I clearly suck. So it doesn't, the cool thing about this unit is that with the hefty specs that comes equipped with, you'll be able to run really good games that are actually really good in terms of graphics and the way it performs and everything. So you'll truly be able to really enjoy this unit the way it, you know, it's meant to be used. Well, obviously not playing games, but you know, there are those times where we wait for our wife somewhere and we are bored. I clearly suck at this game, so I'm gonna just stop because I'm distracting myself. So now, other things that you can look at is we have our main settings here. Under the main settings, you can change everything from like your region, your audio. The beautiful part about this unit is it comes with a 16-band equalizer, so you'll be able to fine-tune your sound to the best that you enjoy. So that's the cool part about it. And then also the if we go to check out the, back to the settings here, you'll be able to check out that we have video in motion to allow like playing videos while you're driving. User settings here, you'll be able to now access all of the settings here. This is where we adjusted the wheel settings to be able to program our steering wheel controls. Then you have here all of your like setting guide. So you'll be able to now change, and you'll be able to go through all of the settings here and figure it out for yourself. It's fairly self-explanatory. There's nothing on here that you'll really need to change or adjust. The other thing would be if we go into car settings. Now, this is really cool because in the car settings tab is where you'll have your odometer, your mileage on how much is left on the tank, your average fuel. If you have your pressure monitoring system connected, you'll also be able to check all of that info here. And then this is where you'll be able to fully adjust the BOSE amplifier, the volume, the bass, the treble, and stuff like that on top of the actual equalizer. Now this here though is not the equalizer. The 16-band equalizer is strictly for this unit. Now, if you want to change the bass and the treble of the factory sound system, then you would do so on this screen. So that's the beautiful part about this kit, that it fully communicates with your original system. So you'll be able to have everything working the way it should. Now, on here as well, you have other apps that you can just kind of download and play around with. But guys, honestly, I don't want to make this video super long and kind of repeating myself, or just simply getting you to watch me play Flappy Bird here. But yeah, you guys get the gist on here. This is basically how it all kind of works out. If you press the off button, it will turn off your climate. So you also have your hazards, which you can see that work. And then you can adjust the your fan speed right on here to make it easy. You also have an additional microphone that's built in, and then your reset button here. This reset button can be used in case there's a glitch that happens along the way. You just simply press this reset button, and it doesn't actually factory reset everything. It just resets. It's a soft reset, which is pretty cool. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. We're more than happy to help you guys. And thank you for watching. Peace.